This is a test of the emergency platinum network. You have joined Neil's Han Dynasty. Buy some silver and some platinum. And if you can see through the screen, I am going to try and flip and continue this going so I can read some material here. It says platinum is a precious metal that is part of a 6-member family of platinum group metals, PGM, sought after by mining companies, which also comprise of palladium, rhodium, iridium, osmium, and ruthenium. Mining platinum can be a challenging, laborious task. Only about 170 tons of the metal is unearthed annually, compared to 3,300 tons of gold. That's significantly fewer ounces. The world's top 5 platinum mining companies' annual production: Anglo American Platinum. Oh, bizarre name. They're actually the number 1 platinum miner in Johannesburg. They were founded in 1995 and based in Johannesburg, South Africa. They produce 2.05 million ounces. Then we have Impala Platinum. Excuse the name. It's Impala. Impala Platinum. They produce 1.31 million ounces, also based out of Johannesburg. But they do have a mine in Zimbabwe near, it's called the Great Dyke. Hold on, let's see here. Operation revolve around the Bushveld complex and Zimbabwe's Great Dyke. So they're tapping into Zimbabwe's resources. That company is, they'll probably last longer than the other company. Sibanian Stillwater, 1.8 million ounces, a third on the list of the top mining platinum miners. And they, like I said, only do 1.08 million. And then you have number 4 is Northam Platinum, Johannesburg based, has about 900,000 ounces. Now, the 5th one on the list is a Russian company, Norilsk, 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 Norilsk Nickel is what it's called. So I imagine they're probably produce nickel and platinum as a byproduct because they came across it. They produce 700,000 ounces of platinum every year. World's largest. Okay. Norilsk Nickel, also known as Nornickel, is Russia's largest mining company and the world's largest palladium and refined nickel producer, thus the name. So they are more into palladium and nickel, and just happened to run across. Wow, that's some good information to know. So now you know Russia is not really a massive producer. They just got lucky. Hey, Frankel. I'm just giving a weekly, trying to work out a weekly platinum report and give some information on platinum as I learn it. So that's, sorry about that. The computer fell off its stand. I'm trying to get the lighting to where it's not blinding y'all. There we go. There, that's a little better. Pete Scott Sasquatch. What's up, guys? As I was just telling Frankendahl, I was just giving some information that I'd gotten on the top 5 platinum miners, for which actually the 5th platinum miner is not a pure platinum miner. They're nickel and palladium is what they do, and they're Nika Nickel is the name of their company, and they're out of Russia, and they produce like 700,000 ounces of platinum a year, to where they produce more nickel and palladium. And that tells me, without doing any research on the company, that the 5th largest platinum producer stumbled across that platinum group mine or vein wherever they were, because they were going for palladium and nickel. So the top producer, intentional producer of platinum, is South Africa solely. You can find a couple others or some other miners in Russia or maybe even Alaska. As soon as see, now here's something in Alaska. I've been watching a lot of TV on not TV but programs on Alaska mining. They're doing basically surface mining. They're not mining as far as digging holes into the ground, chasing the ore. They're following the scraps of time, basically. As the gold came down the river, it fractionalized and deposited, and they're scraping all that up to bedrock. They're not actually digging into the bedrock. So it's very possible if Russia found platinum in a nickel and palladium deposits in Russia, well, Alaska's same topography, same geography. So it's a very good possibility once we actually do start mining in Alaska, if we ever do, that America will find a platinum group metals ore vein there. Who's to tell? But that's the way I feel that the Russian company who produces platinum came across it, because again, their main focus was nickel and palladium. The top 4 producers of platinum are all based in Johannesburg, and their number 1 mining metal is they're mining for platinum. They're not going for silver. They're not going for gold. They're not going for palladium. They're not going for nickel or any of the other ores. So I need to research more into that Russian company, because if they did just happen to come across it as they were mining for nickel and palladium, there's a damn good chance there's platinum in Alaska and northern Canada as soon as people start mining for it, which, like I said, only mines I know of in Alaska for gold mining is surface scraping. They're not even really mines. They don't dig into the ground. So it'd be nice to see. I know a good friend of mine had his son is a geologist, and he goes out drilling for samples, and he spent 3 years in the northwest part of Canada for a company, and all they did was drill for samples for future mining projects. And now you see what's happening to Canada. And I go back in my mind and I'm like, okay, this is maybe like 8 or 10 years ago that this kid was doing this, but there's been no mines open in Canada, and they're selling all their crap. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So something's got to be going on there that they're not telling us. Again, political moves that manipulate metals markets. You know, just like China shut down all their zinc and copper mines. So we're going to have a shortage of silver because it's a byproduct of both zinc and nickel or copper. And last year, the beginning of the year, China shut down all their copper and zinc mines. So they're not going to be, I mean, good word to use is fetch. Okay. They're not going to use or produce any silver. Also, no copper or zinc. So there's also going to be shortages in those too. And it's all for power reasons. And I don't think they're going to get their power back. Or we could go with, what was it? A sci-fi show. They used the word frel to replace fetch, but fetch will work. What the fetch? I can do that. Yeah, because I've been told I'm the F-bomb king. And I think it was Pete that said that. So now I'll be the fetch king. The reason why I'm not at work today is there's like 5 of us that went in there. Heck yeah, you better buy that silver and platinum, especially right now. As a matter of fact, let me go check the price of that stuff. Let's see. I know it's platinum's a steal. I mean, it was like 11.20 a month ago, and it's down to 9.88. That means it's down 130. I bought a 10 grammer a couple days ago. It was for $9.89, so it's $1 cheaper than what I bought it for 3 days ago. But if I go here on JM Bullion, I go to platinum bars, they are out of all their grams. They don't have any grams, but SD Bullion does. So I'm not too concerned. If I need to buy some platinum, or if I feel I need to buy some platinum, I can still get a hold of some. Thank you, Pete. Yes, get the stuff you need. Hold on, I'll be right back. See, I'm a big time animal lover, and I like taking care of my dogs. This stuff right here, I know it's backwards. It's chicken breasts. I get it from Costco. It's the Kirkland brand. You get 2, You can get 12 of these for $155. There's 6 per, so that's like 72 cans. It's like $2 a can. They're good till 2025. I think that's a good pantry item if you guys need to add anything to your pantries. Like I said, Pete, SD Bullion seems to be the one that has the platinum. JM Bullion is out, and I haven't talked with Stacy Taylor, so I don't know if she can get hold of any yet through Liberty. Yeah, we all need some cash. Actually, again, I was supposed to have been to work today, but there was a screw up on the paperwork. God, the amount of paperwork and the amount of background checks you have to do to go work at a refinery. And I'm working at the Phillip. I'll be working at the Phillip 66. And here's some news for the future for you guys. They stopped making gas. 2 refineries. I think it's Chevron and Phillip 66. Their refineries do not make gasoline for cars anymore. They are switching over to biodiesel. We're doing that, starting the project. We'll be working 5 tens, and later in a couple months, they say it might go to 7 tens or 7 12s to get the job done so they can open in time to start offering biodiesel. For the 2 of you watching, do any of you know any vehicles that run off of biodiesel? Because I'm seeing some shit, some crap, some fetch here, and I'm not. I don't have an explanation why 2 major freaking oil companies are stopping manufacturing of fuel for cars and going to biodiesel. And I don't see no biodiesel cars out there. I don't see no biodiesel trucks out there. But yet 2 large refineries are switching over. Yeah, no biodiesel. Yeah, it's diesel you got, but they are specifically shifting over to biodiesel. We're gonna be standing the stacks and building that part of the refineries for Phillip 66. So I don't know. B20, huh? That might be what they're selling. Bio 20, I take it that would be. Oh, it's that E85, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't try that either. I'd look into that one for sure, Pete. Biodiesel, it's different. It was pushed as a home heating purposes. Yeah. So do you think, Eric, that they might be getting into the home heating oil business? It's bizarre. Like I said, I don't know of no vehicles that run off biodiesel, and 2 large refineries have stopped producing gas, and they're going to be making biodiesel. I mean, they're building the plant right now. So in a year or 2, something's going to be coming up where biodiesel is going to be needed to run it, or we're going to run out of natural gas and heating oil, and we're going to be using biodiesel. Something's going to happen. Running renewable red dye in his backhoes. Yeah, that's, farm equipment, work equipment. I know on ironworking jobs, we have a red and green diesel separate for cars and different types of equipment. You got to separate the diesel. Yeah, wood stove, baby, for cooking and heating. More hours per gallon. Yeah, they actually keep an eye. I don't have any diesel vehicles, but I've heard a lot of iron workers, when they bring out the big 55-gallon drums for us to fill up the equipment, guys will take their diesel trucks in there, and they used to fill them up for free. Companies got wise to that real quick. And there's apparently 2 colors of diesel, and there's 1 color of diesel that doesn't work in the cars and truck engines, but it does work on the equipment. And that's all that they give us out in job sites anymore, because we used to, well, not we, but our iron workers, some iron workers who had diesel vehicles would get some free fill-ups. No, it's not. I'm in Northern California, buddy. I am like 2 hours south of Mount Shasta, and it gets snowy up there. It doesn't snow here, but about a half hour north, we get snow. I'm in Northern California, North Bay, north of the San Francisco Bay, at the top of the bay, just south of Napa. Again, it doesn't snow here, but about a half hour north it does. Hour north it does. If you don't go in the valley, if you stay in the mountainsides, because California's kind of divided. The center part's flat, dry, and hot, and both sides, east and west, have mountains running over them that can get cold, miserable, and snowy. Oh yeah, yeah. I had frost in my car past couple mornings. Yep, I have to sit out there for about 5-10 minutes, let it warm up before I take off. I wait that long because I like getting the heater warmed up before I move. Ooh, I can't do that on camera. It's California legal, but you cannot. I don't want it filmed. Well, anyhow, this was a test, and to see if I could some of the features. I've never done it online, where I've used the features for this on the live show, and I wanted to make sure everything worked. And at the beginning part of the show, I accomplished that by giving the platinum report, and then of course all you guys, my friends like John, Bethy, excuse me, jumped in here, so I made it go a little bit longer. But I was just testing out my systems, testing out the computer, testing out. I don't have no editing equipment. I don't have GoPro stuff like that. I use this phone right here for all my videos. It's a little $35 cheapie. That's where the videos come from. And well, that's why there's no editing, because I'm learning how to work this computer. I'm learning how to do all this technical stuff. I'm an iron worker. As you can see, this finger here kind of twists that way with all the others. My fingers have been crushed so many damn times. I never paid too much attention to computers to want to learn them. But yeah, I'm getting there. And that's without Ninja. That's without Financial Prepper, and that's without Nobody Special Financing. That's without Dan Allegedly, and that's without Chris from Arcadia Economics pushing my show. I'm doing that on my own, almost 1,000. Once I get over 1,000, I'll need to work the hours, and that's when I'm going to talk to my buddies and see about them pushing my show. And that's why I did this live stream, because Chris already asked me to try a weekly live stream or not live stream, but a platinum weekly update. So that's why why I did this, because I wanted to see if the features that I use by like switching screens so I could read something, and I want to see how I look. I'm going to go back and watch this to make sure it's all good. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it a whole hell of a bunch. I hope you guys do get some value out of talking to me. I do have a little bit of information. I do research a lot, and I have pretty much my whole life. So I do have a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight on things that people don't, from angles that people don't usually look at. And that's why over about 2 years ago, I started saying buy silver and platinum. Not one of the financial dudes out there was talking about platinum. Not one. Rick Rule said platinum. Yeah, and we found out Rick Rule doesn't know as much as Neil, because platinum made 13% profit last year. Gold was flat, and silver only gained 3%. And Rick Rule said, don't buy it. Neil said, buy it. So I do know what I'm talking about, even when it comes to the experts, because I do research. I do my own research. I don't like telling people, do it for sure, because, hell, like I said, it's all politically based. It can change. I mean, if you really do research, you'll find out that our president during World War II, right after World War II, his number one advisor was with the Russian Communist Party, and he ran everything through him before he signed it off into law. That was back in the late 1940s. So, anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen. Hell, in my opinion, we've had non-citizens as presidents. We've had felons, standing felons that haven't been charged with felonies as presidents. Because I do research, I find out things like there's a female in Congress or Senate that claims one nationality over another so she could have got into college and found out that was fraud. That's felony fraud, but yet she's still holding her job. She's still running shit. Crap. Fetch. So things aren't working the way they're supposed to. And anything can happen. And I go back to value and price. The value of platinum is twice that of gold. Gold is priced twice platinum. Who's right? I don't know. But I do know that the intelligent people who have the power to mint the sovereign coins say platinum's more valuable. I do know the credit card companies claim that platinum card is a lot better than the gold card, which is a lot better than the silver card. These are questions I ask that got me into platinum. I'm like, why is platinum better if no one wants it? If it's not as valuable? And then I do research, and yeah, it is. It's actually more valuable. It's 30 times more rare, and it's half the price of gold. So that's why I push it. Actually, when Ninja bought was the time, because I talked to him into buying too. He bought in the low 8s sometime last year. And hey, granted, it'll drop. It'll drop probably down into the 8s again when the system crashes. When that's going to happen, fuck if I know. But one thing for sure is it's not going to be there because other people are going to buy it up first because it's 30 times less out there than gold. So for it to be bought up, it'll take that quick, and platinum will be gone. You'll be ordering platinum for next year's delivery after they pull it out of the ground and refine it. That's how quick that shit can go. One rich person buys $5 million, platinum's gone. Fuck, who wants to squeeze platinum, guys? Just saying, it can be done easier than silver. Let's see, and Russia has the most. What are we talking about here? Actually, if you watch the beginning of the video, Eric S., Russia has the 5th largest platinum mine, and it's called Nikola, or it's known as shit. Let me go back here and look at this. I'll get it here real quick. I'll give you the name of the company and what they say. Norilsk Nickel, also known as Nornickel, is Russia's largest mining company, and the world's largest palladium refiner and nickel refiner. But it also produces copper, and it also produces 700,000 ounces of platinum, which is the 5th largest amount in the world. And that's as of 2019. They don't have any new numbers on them. It was established in 1993, headquartered in Moscow, and they are the 5th largest, producing 700 ounces of platinum, but they are mainly a nickel and palladium company, which tells me they got lucky when they came across the platinum group metals veins that they found. And see, now they're the 5th largest, not the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. All the 4 largest are in Johannesburg. That's it. And Johannesburg, the 2nd largest, has a mine in Zimbabwe. They're tapping the 2nd largest world reserve of platinum group metals. Is the number 2 company, and I can get you that name in case you want to look into it for investment possibilities, because they will be around in a while because they're already tapping into the world's 2nd or 3rd largest platinum group metals. It's Impala, IMPALA Platinum. They produced 1.3 million ounces of platinum every year, again based in Johannesburg. But they have a complex called Bushveld, Bushveld complex, and one in Zimbabwe's Great Dyke area, which is where the 3rd largest or 2nd largest platinum reserve is. So this Impala Platinum has already got their paperwork to snatch what Anglo America, which produces 2.5 million ounces, and they're also located in Johannesburg. Hey Sarge, what's up? So Russia is really not that big a deal. Their nickel and palladium company discovered while digging for nickel, and the largest nickel and palladium mining company by the means in the world discovered a platinum group metals vein as they were digging. They weren't looking for it, and that's why they're only producing 700,000 ounces a year. I think America produces a couple thousand. Not many. We have placer mines out here in the Northwest, and the only place you can actually mine other than in the ore bedrock is in placer mining. It's the only place they've ever found their platinum, and we have placer mine here in California. Well, everybody's saying hello to each other, and that's a good thing. Oh, my cats are fixing a fight. I can hear them. Hold on a second. And I don't have no way to stop them. Hey! Kicking the wall always works. Yeah, I do things redneck style. No, I love my cats and dogs. Actually, I just fed my dogs. You ought to see where my dogs eat better than I do. That chicken, each dog gets one of those cans of chicken in their food at least twice, sometimes 3 times a week. So they eat real well. Also add sweet potato and carrots to their food 2-3 times a week. So and omega-369 oil. So they well taken care of. Shit, they eating better than I am. Sarge, where have you been? I had some guy ask about you on a live on one of these chats. Said he'd been missing you, and I told him that I threw you in the lake because I knew you were around, but you hadn't been around for a day or two. So if you hear anyone say I threw you in the lake, I said that. I like fetching with people. People I know. No, you were in the lake. There is no MIA, man. I have fun with you. If you're not there to defend yourself and you're my friend, good luck. I know, and none of my cats, they not a fetching. One of them's around right now. I got 2 of them hiding over here wanting to fight. Oh, there's Harley. I might can get you a picture of Harley here. Can you see? Nope. You could see Dixie. Harley jumped down. See, I don't have I can't unplug my computer to walk around with it. Oh, there's Dixie. Oh, I hear another one. Where's the other one at? I can hear their paws on the carpet. They make this weird ass sound. It sounds like a horse. Because their little nails get stuck in the carpet and it makes a sound when they, pick their feet up. So you saw some of my cats. Actually, I could probably unplug this and take it outside, but I got to figure this crap out before I do stuff like that. Yes. I do need a camera. And now that working on getting a job, a lot of issues getting in a refinery. Once I get a paycheck, I do plan on getting like that green screen crap, a real freaking camera, all this other crap. And I'm also going to plan on talking with a couple of the platinum miners and having Chris Marcus and maybe Ninja, or if anyone else can help out, hook me up with some platinum miners down in Johannesburg. So I can do some interviews. I also need to get Zoom. You got to pay for that, so give me about a month or two and I'll be a lot more sophisticated. This is just trial and error right now. So you guys can laugh at me and I can fix my fetch ups. Yeah. I have a problem with that. I don't like getting things from people. It makes me feel like I'm incapable of doing it myself, and it makes me feel weak, and I don't like that. So I'll get it myself. That's why I don't have no, and God love him. I love Dumb Money Media, but he has a hell of a lot of resources to donate to him. I don't do that. I'll get it myself, and I'll do it, I'll do it myself. I always have, always will. That's why I don't have a contact info and all this other crap where you can send me stuff. Because I don't want it. I just don't. Now, if you want to send me stuff, send me platinum. See, yeah, no one's going to send that. So, don't send anything if you ain't going to send platinum. And I'm not talking about a gram, because Ron's basement. I should break those out. I won some silver, platinum, and gold from Ron's basement. Good guy. They're like half grammars or something like that. The package is nice. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you can do with it unless it goes through the fucking roof on price. It's so small an amount. But, well, you can help John by liking, sharing, and subscribing. That helps. You don't need to help out any more than that, man. I appreciate it. That, Eric, is how I jumped from 150 subscribers with my everyday report, world news, geopolitical stuff. And I went to kitty. Actually, it was after my mom died. I was totally, this is past Halloween, I was totally like demotivated to do anything. And the cats kept messing with me. So I just started filming them, and my subscribers just started jumping. I was like, cool. Here just recently, I've started getting back into doing a little geopolitical stuff. But I have one strike because I did a report on Qingchongwan, some land over there in the east that's got the most people in the world, and where the beer virus came from. And I did a little research, and I discovered that that country purchased their first round of vaccines last November, 4 months ago. And I'm like, well, why the hell did they lock down all their people and do all this stuff if they didn't even give them the vax? Yep, genocide. Bro, you want Nazi Germany all over again? It's happening right freaking now in front of our faces, and no one's talking about it. I got a strike for talking about it. But history in 10 years, 20 years, you'll be like, damn, I remember this dumbass was on TV named Niels Han Dynasty, said something like that on his live stream. Yeah, research it yourself. Pfizer has to turn out financial reports for their shareholders. Check them out. See when that big old country with the most people in the world over there, and where the beer virus came from, and see when they ordered their first round of from Pfizer. And I don't want to use too many of the wrong words because I don't want to get a second strike. Yes, it is. And that's why I'm trying to talk, but I'm trying to do it without getting another strike. And also I give out the information I learned on platinum. Any intelligent person with that, what I say about platinum, you ought to look at it and say, dang, I'm getting me some platinum. Screw gold. You look at those coins, you hold the gold coin up, you hold the silver coin up, and you see that the royal mint is worth more on one than the other. And the highest one that the royal mint and every other sovereign mint values highest is platinum and not gold. So I guess every sovereign mint in the world is a bunch of dumbasses, where they know something we don't. I heard Economic Ninja talk about this the other day. End of a 100-year cycle. Go back in history. Hey, Google, what was the price of platinum and gold in 2022? Don't worry, I'll save you the trouble. Platinum was $40 and gold was $20. It was flipped. Gold was half the price. So if we're coming to an end of a 100-year cycle, I think it's going to flip back and platinum's going to be twice what gold's worth. I don't give a fuck about your cars. I don't give a fuck about your catalytic converters. It doesn't matter. It's cycles or cycles. Biodiesel cars will be coming out where you don't need catalytic converters. Who knows what's coming? Technology is going to be hitting our asses here very soon with a lot of advancements, because we haven't had no technological advances since the internet. Everything's been internet advances. We ain't had no new car technology. We ain't had nothing technology. So yes, I need to watch that word I use. I'm trying to use fetch. I swear I am. That's why I'm an IR worker, because we don't get in trouble for yelling at people and using all kinds of colorful metaphors to describe our feelings of them, even if it's our boss. I've done that a lot. I've actually taken those big yo-yos that you have to tie off with and thrown them at a safety guy. He was 3 floors down in his office just because I wanted off the job, and their safety sucked. So I broke their safety equipment that was already broke, but they didn't want to recognize it was broke. So I made sure they knew it was broke because it was in a lot of pieces when I was finished with it. I'm like, it's broke now. Bye, I quit. So that's kind of asshole I am. Jerk, dick, whatever. But it's to save guys' lives. They're giving faulty safety equipment and still running as a company, and guy falls off, gets hurt, and has to do all this sue crap. Screw that. I can solve it by throwing that fucking yo-yo at his ass. I pick up the yo-yo and throw it at his ass. But I'm a weirdo. Always have been. I live with cats and dogs. I mean, come on. How much weirder can you get? Let's go to Pistol Packing Pete's Pilots channel. Pistol Packing Pilots channel. It is what it is. Yeah, I know. That's why we all need to buy an island and just go live on it. It's the world. No, that's not my middle finger. It's a cigarette. It looks like a middle finger. Fuck the world. Fetch the world. Sorry. Sanity is perception. I see a lot of things out there that I perceive differently than others. I explained earlier, stand to your principles, brother. I've walked off jobs for principles. Lost lots of opportunity, but it is what it is. There's good money and there's bad money. And I believe that if it's your time to have it, it's your time to have it. If you stick with your morals and principles and you don't sell out and try and get, do some crazy, stupid stuff to make money just for the sake of making money, that's bad money, man. You ain't gonna keep it. You get good money. You make good money, and I'm not talking a lot of good money the right way. Then you're probably gonna keep it because the statistics out there, man. You win the lotto, $7 million, you get like $4 million after taxes. You know how long it is before you're broke, claiming bankruptcy? Average is 5 years. After winning a lotto, bankruptcy in 5 years. Think about that. What is the mentality of a human being when they get a large sum of money that they have to claim bankruptcy in 5 years because they spent more than they won? That's a stupid mother fetcher. Totally stupid. You got to think about things, man. You buy assets, not liabilities. People are like, oh, I got $3 million. Yeah. Buy that $1 million house. Spend all that money and then pay that fucking $50,000 a year in tax. See how quick you claim bankruptcy after you spend all that money. People are just, they don't think, man. You don't need to change. I like it. Like Pete. I'm sure Pete's probably a lot wealthier than he leads on in his videos that I've seen. He lives very humbly. You don't need a Ferrari. If you got land and animals, you're wealthy. You're wealthy. And if you have platinum and silver, you're even better off. That's what they should do. That's what I always think about. I'm thinking about it quite frequently because just this morning, a safety guy at the refinery said there was this one guy on the third rung down or up from, in other words, he was about 3 foot level coming down off an extension ladder, and he didn't have on boots that have heels. See how this boot has a heel right here? Well, this guy had on, and they were telling the story because of this guy. He had flats because a lot of iron workers like wearing just flats. I like heels personally. I always have for 30 years. I've worn heels and heels, boots, and people laughed at me. But this guy was on the third rung up, slipped, went through, ended up breaking his femur, had some complications, ended up having his leg amputated from an injury off of an extension ladder. My patent that I'm trying to get the money to pay for would have stopped that. So I know for a fact I'm going to be a millionaire by the end of this year. And I'll have all the equipment I need to make some good videos. Hell, I might even hire a cute girl to do the editing. I doubt it. I'll probably do it myself. Probably won't edit. No reason to edit. If I fetch up, I fetch up. Yeah, people hate ladders because, well, I can't talk too much about the extension ladder because I don't want to reveal my patent and have one of you guys steal it and take my millions. But I do know that once it comes out, it'll be required on OSHA and ANSI will make it a requirement on every job site throughout the world where there's federal money going to. You tell me how much that invention is worth. It's a litigation support. It's not just an idea. A lot of people like Chris Taylor from Financial Prepper. He was going to help me do the patent because he's done patents before. And so I started explaining to him. He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, this I didn't make something and I want to like recreate it and sell it, and I don't want anyone else to sell it. It's a litigation support idea. It's a device that'll help with litigation, court cases, like the case I just told you about where the guy he didn't have on heels. He slipped on the extension ladder. His leg went through. He went down and he broke his femur and then lost his leg through amputation because of complications. All that could have been stopped if he'd have had the information that my patent will provide. Put it that way. Yeah, Chris is awesome. I like Chris a lot. Well, as you guys know, Pete, you voted for me to get that piece of silver. Thanks, brother. I'm getting an American Eagle from Stacy and Chris Taylor because of Pete and Stacy and MJN. And I'm glad Sarge was here for a little bit. I don't know if he's still here. I have a friend design patents a small part. Thomas Toops. If you go to Liberty and Finance, Thomas Toops, he has a patent on part of a receiver for AK-47. Wow. Yeah, of course. All good patents pay off, man. Yeah, Sarge, I don't want to talk to them about that on the computer. I want to talk to them in person or on the phone to where I can accurately project what I feel needs to happen about that one. And I can't be as articulate in writing as I can be spitting stuff out my mouth. Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I won't leave it be. Like I said, the right time. Once it's the right time, I will bring it up, but it'll be in person to them, and it will happen because if nothing else, I'll send it because I remember them saying that. So, but anyhow, doesn't matter. It'll get taken care of this year, Sarge. I guarantee you that. Pete, this patent is not easy to get. It is easy to get if I was rich. They want $12,250 to patent this because it's a litigation support patent. It's not just a widget. It's not $1,000, $2,000 paperwork thing. They have to get a team together and word everything right and all this other crap. They explained it to me and I don't care. I said, I'll just get you the money. I don't need to understand what the hell you're doing. Well, I plan on selling it as soon as I get it in paper form. And here's another thing about my patent. I don't have a prototype. I'm not making a prototype. I'm getting it patent from the idea to the paper patent because that's how you make money. I'm not going to waste my time making a prototype because this is such a good idea. I'm going to show it to the ladder company. And I'm going to explain to them how much money they're going to make and they're going to buy it. Or I'll go to the oil executives of one of the many oil companies out there who definitely need this. Why do they need this? Because it is a ladder thing, but the insurance companies are going to mandate it. And that makes it valuable. And that's the difference from a widget and a litigation support patent. I'm already talking with the Ironworkers Safety Board. We've got a International Ironworkers Union, and they've got a board that talks with OSHA and ANSI to help get new safety products and other things passed through OSHA and ANSI. And I'm already working on that process. That's another thing that's going to make it worth a lot more money. Yeah, the only thing I am not in shape about is this right here, Sarge. And I've been trying for 15 years to quit these sons of bitches. But by the way, they're American Spirits, though. Organic. They called the company. It's the only one that has certified. Oh, it's all backwards to you. Certified organic. They have 6 brands of American Spirits. All the others use pesticides, herbicides, or growth chemicals on them. The turquoise ones do not. They're 100% organic. That's why if you look at the tip, it hardly looks like there's any. And if you go smoke a Marlboro, that much of a Marlboro, that son of a bitch will be black because of all the chemicals and shit coming through. I do grow my own tobacco, but I can't talk about it because it's not federally legal. It's legal in California, though, so I'm legal. So I do grow my own tobacco, and I get silver from growing my own tobacco. And I encourage everyone who lives in a state where it's legal to grow the type of tobacco I'm talking about to grow it. Because this year, because of energy prices, the indoor, because I've been trying to sell to clubs, because it's legal, I can. Clubs like, nah, outdoor sucks, indoors where it's at, indoors where it's at. Yeah, you know what they're saying now with energy prices and all these indoor places closing down who are growing because the energy prices are spiking? Now they're saying outdoors better. We'll pay more for it. Imagine that. So if you can grow outdoor California tobacco wherever you're at legally, do it because it's free silver. I just add water. You augment the soil through natural means, and you don't need chemicals. As a matter of fact, where I grow my tobacco is in between 2 houses where it gets an hour and a half of light, direct light. The rest of the day, it's indirect light. Those things are 7-8 foot tall. Get a lot of weight off of them because the soil is right. Right now, I've got fava beans growing right out there because fava beans put out nitroids. Nitroids, little balls on the roots that's pure nitrogen. So if we have a nitrogen shortage, I'm not feeling it because my plants are producing it for me. They grab it from the air and they put it in their roots and store it in these little nitrodes. And then when I cut the plant off, that thing dies and it spreads the nitrogen. Last year, I took and dug 1.5 feet down and I stuck some sardines down there to get the biomass of microbes going in the soil. This year, I'm doing fava on top of that. So I've got the base layer 1.5 feet down, all the microbes needed, drawing in all the worms. I'm going to have the nitrogen right above it from fava beans. Not that I'm going to have anyone over for dinner with Chianti or anything like that. Although I'd like to. But we won't talk about that. So I get plants to make my fertilizer. I'm not short of nitrogen. The only people short of nitrogen are those big companies that do monoculture farming. It's hurting them. Yeah. You look at George Burns, Sarge. And then again, I have my beliefs. I don't want this channel to be anything religious based, but my beliefs said like this: anything in moderation. It says it in the book. It's when you do it in excess that it starts harming you. As with anything, but most people forget about that one. And that's why you always hear me say, be kind, helpful, and grateful in all these chats, because that's reflective of who you are as a human being and your inner self coming out. If you're not kind, helpful, and grateful, what the hell are you? You're an asshole. That's what you are. Yeah, gluttony of anything is bad. Yeah, useless. That's a kind word to use. Wrong kind of tobacco. You don't cut the flowers to get bigger leaves on this tobacco. You cut the leaves to get bigger flowers. Yes, Pete, when you can. You can't always. We're human. We're imperfect. Man, I will wake up some days and shit just goes wrong. I'll get to work. That's why I'm glad I'm an iron worker, because after I've got other issues I've had to work on in the past 30 years to make me a cool dude because of experience I had with the war. And that's another reason why I smoke California tobacco. I have a problem when I see people doing the wrong thing around me. I have this knack for wanting to make it right. and I get a lot of lefts and rights to the face because of it. Sarge. Yeah, get the fan, the reverse fan, and just run your tobacco over it. It'll trim it up nicely, unless it's too crystally, in which case you're going to need some. Oh, here's a tip for you. If you do hand trim your California tobacco, butter on your fingers and your scissors works the best. Works better than alcohol. Rubbing alcohol works better than hot water. Works better than anything. The stickiness goes away. A little bit of butter, just a small amount of butter. Rub it on, and then go back to work trimming your tobacco, California legal tobacco. I just found that out this year. I had crap loads of this stuff on hand to take care of that same problem. Now I'm in excess of rubbing alcohol because this guy said, "Hey man, try butter," and I just a little whip of my finger, and then I just whipped around. That's what we're talking about, Frankendale. It's California tobacco. I can't say it on video because it's being taped live, with people, so I can't say the word. I can't do a lot of things. I'm working at a refinery. Oh, I will be working at a refinery, so I got to watch what I say and what's seen on video. That's another thing about making videos. You got to watch out for all the stuff in the background. People, I'm sure, scoping it out and zooming in. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? That's why I'm down here in the basement, because I don't care what you see. I wouldn't care no matter where I am. If you're going to judge me, you're going to judge me. But how you handle that, and no offense to anybody, is what good's that person to you? What are they going to do for your life that their feelings of you are going to change? You be you. If you're you, if they don't like you, hey, fine, move on, move along. Bake a cake, yeah. This way to cut miles. What are you talking about there, Eric? Let me go back up here. I missed something. I like using torches and saws for metal, with the metal cutting blade. And torches. Actually, I have a video. I'll look for it, of me working at night at Macy's and Walnut Creek. We had to work at night, and I had to cut some steel. And when you see boats with their rooster tail, the saws are like 25 pounds that we have to use, and they're big freaking carbon blades, about 14 inches, 16 inches, something like that. Most guys have to use two hands, and they don't know what they're doing. And my buddy, my boss at the time, he's retired, was taking a video of me cutting because of the stream, and I was able to adjust, and I use one hand because I know how to hold it. I was able to adjust steel shooting off to make it rooster tail. He got back about 50 foot, took a picture of that thing. All you can see was at night was this red fucking burning metal going through the ground. That's why most of my pants and clothing have holes in them, It's for that reason, because I did a lot of metal decking, and when you cut and weld, it tears that frill out of your clothing. So that's another reason why I don't care what I look like. Sorry about that glare, man. That's bad. I'll keep my arm up here like this. The sun changes position. As you notice, I got cardboard over that window to try and stop that glare. And then I got to do this to protect. Oh, fuck. This was just. Wow, that really kicks that glare in, doesn't it? And then the glare from the other window, that didn't help at all. It's almost better if I leave the lights on. Plasma cutters are good. We don't use plasma cutters. We're iron workers, and things tend to come up missing. And companies don't like buying tools that come up missing. So, like Tesla, we did a shutdown at Tesla where we had to change up the conveyor belts because the Tesla plant, the way he runs his crap, it makes it so cheap and easy. One of many ways is underneath the floor of that whole plant. If you ever see a commercial video where it shows the plant, you don't see anything moving. There's conveyors that carry every single part to where it needs to go. Humans are not involved. So they had to shut down, not a shutdown. Actually, they stayed open. And we had to shut down different parts of those conveyor systems and change stuff out on those conveyors. I don't remember what the fuck the point of that was for. Oh, yeah. So that company went out of business after that was done. And every tool they had, they were from Michigan. And everyone found out it was their last job. They shut down because they were bankrupt. They didn't get one tool sent back to them. Chain falls, come-alongs, everything came up missing. It was amazing. As soon as one iron worker found out what was happening, man, I tell you what, iron workers are worse than women when it comes to chatter. When one iron worker find out, hey, what do you mean they're going out of business? They have a welder? They have lead? It's gone in the back of the truck. There you go, Sarge. Yeah, so I need about, $500,000 to have a good set. Or the guy next door, he's does a lot of work for Toro y Moi. Never heard of them. It's a band. They were on Jimmy Kimmel last January 25th. He's tearing down his garage and building a music studio. So I could use that when he's not using it as a music studio. I could go in there and do some filming from my videos. But I'll have to talk to him about it. He'll let me. I mean, I've be kind, helpful, and grateful. It took them like 6 months to move into that house when they bought it because there's a lot of work needed to be done. 3 squatters tried to move in. I physically went in there, got them out, and the owner, Tony, didn't even know about it until after I told him. Because my premise of thinking is, hey, it's not my house, but that squatter is doing drugs and making drugs right beside my house, and that'll affect me. So let me deal with it. And so I dealt with it. And that's my mindset. Not a lot of people have that kind of mindset. But anyhow, like I said, these live streams is only the second one I've actually done as a test. And I was only going to do it as a test to see what components I could mess with without shutting off the live stream, which I did pretty good at. I didn't shut it down at all. And I was able to change screens on my end. And that's why I need to rewatch this video. I didn't know what it looks like on y'all's end because I was reading off of the computer because I've got my TV hooked up to my computer to where I see what's going on. Ooh, look at that. You're seeing all these screens. So that way I can do crap on this screen. And if I click a button, and I wanted to find out if this worked, if I clicked a button on my TV screen, which is also this screen, would it change up and shut this off? And it didn't. So I'm pleased about that. But anyhow, I do have to go. I'm actually expecting a few phone calls for some work-related stuff. You guys have yourself a great day. I do appreciate the 6 of you that showed up. I will not be doing them on regular time schedules. And when I do go do some stuff for Arcadia Economics and Chris on the weekly, it'll be pre-taped because right now, when the job starts, it's going to be 510s, but we could move up to 712s, and videos are going to be hard to make at that point in time. The good thing is, though, the refinery is only 10 minutes from my house. Shortest commute in my life. Anyhow, you guys have a great day. God bless all of you, and thank you for showing up. And I will see you on Arcadia or one of the other live streams or pre-taped that we're both into the chats. And I will speak with you guys then. Take care. God bless.